Alright guys, here I'm going to show you how to use the LOD group in Maya, which allows you to be able to see your model from a far distance, middle distance, it'll load it, and then in up close and personal. So I made a model here with 3 different levels of detail, and I snapped them right on top of each other so you can see it as my camera goes far away, and it links it. There's the medium, and then there's the high poly. So we got high poly, medium, and low. See it shift right there. And notice as you see the shifts, you'll notice I'm optimizing. I'm trying to think what's the best angle and things to remove and keep. Notice I've now welded my edge to the corner. As we get closer, you'll notice that detail's back in, so I can map even more detail, and it allows me to even play with the silhouette a little bit if I wanted to make it more bent to maybe complement a normal map. And as I get closer, you'll see it get even denser, and then you can see it up close. And in games, the reason why you'll notice it shifts here because it's not perfect. My system isn't perfect, but the reason why it's here is so that you can test out how your LODs are going to look in a video game ahead of time. So to do so, here's the 3 different versions of my little container unit of doom. Let me go and grab this guy. I'm going to move him right on top of this guy here, and the best way to do that is just find a point that they both share. So I go and hit insert, keep my finger on the V key, put it right there, hit insert again, keep my finger on the V key, and we can snap that guy right on top of this fella. Gonna make sure we're not off in any way. There we go, a little bit too much to the side, so we gotta try to find a nice compromising point here. So there we go, right on. So that actually is perfect. And then from there, I'll just go back to its modify center pivot where it was before, shift it where it was before. And I'll do the same thing with the next one. And what I'm going to do is grab this guy here and move him into place. And you really want to get as close as possible. This guy might be a little bit harder just because he's lower poly. So I'll just hit insert, keep my finger on the V key, and snap that to a corner. Hit insert, keep my finger on the V key again, and we'll snap that into place. And we have these guys run on top of each other. And with them all selected, I can select them all at once. You want to make sure they're in some sort of nice order. We can look at our original group. You'll notice the lower version here as we zoom out. I should say move in. You'll notice the higher poly, the lower number here in this case. I should probably name them higher poly. But this higher poly guy right here, he is at the top. The medium's in the middle. You'll see him pop up. And then you'll see from far away there's a low poly. There's the medium. Believe it or not, I can select him so I can prove it. And then when we move far away, there's this guy. And you'll see disappear. It's all based on camera, which is nice. Now when you're done, you can ungroup them because it's all linked to this particular camera system. Now the group is tricky though, because even though it might be linked, when you make a new camera, it's still going to be invisible in some areas. So what you can do is as you move in closer and it pops into view, just grab that one. You're like, I don't want you to disappear anymore. Then you just do Control D and you can have them forever. And then when you zoom out, you'll notice he still sticks around. He doesn't disappear like the other ones do because it's all kind of linked to the camera. So now this guy's a true clone. Just thought I'd show you that real quick if you want to double check on your model and you're getting tired of it disappearing. So that's pretty much linked up here. So let's get ours started. We know again that the high poly one's at the top, medium's in the middle, and the low's on the bottom. So what do we have here? This is our low, this is our medium, and that's our high. So we kind of got it backwards. So what we'll do is we'll move this guy on top, make sure it has a line, and then now we'll see that's the medium, and that's the low one. Actually, no. We got to shift this even up here. Sean's gonna learn how to count. 5, 6, 7. All right, we got to go backwards. So there's our high, there's our medium, and there's our low. And low being, you can see the little welded corner right there. Look at that fancy optimization, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna grab this here. I really got to choose some new voices. Grab this guy right here, and then we're gonna go in here, go to Edit, and we're gonna go to Level of Detail Group. So you can even ungroup it. This will prevent the masking if you're like, okay, I've tested it. I want to ungroup it now. And it's a special type of ungroup just because it has that ghosting appearance. But again, if you want to do it really quickly, you can actually just Control D and inside of a group and no big deal. All right, so let me go and group it. And you'll notice it's already active. As we move in, high poly, medium poly, low poly. Look at that, pretty slick. High poly, medium poly, low poly. Pretty nice. The group is pretty effective. And you can control over here to the right how it's going to look. The threshold, the distance. Pretty cool. Not too bad. So you can say use LOD or don't use LOD. It is up to you, but that's pretty cool. I thought I'd show you that real quick. There's a video on how to create LODs in Maya using the LOD group, which I find pretty nifty. Later on, we'll talk about how to load LODs into your UDK. It's actually not that hard because you can even make them in UDK. Crazy talk. That's about it for me.